Alright, Miki Falls, Book 3, Autumn. It was September. I was on my way home from school and stopped at the gate of a shrine I never visited before. An old man was in the courtyard, not too far from where I stood. He looked up and seeing me there, asked a very strange question.
Tell me, young lady, how would you like to know the future?
The future? Yes, that's right.
Every autumn when the leaves begin to fall, this basin of water here becomes a fortune teller. Come, I'll show you how it works. You start by holding a leaf in your hand. Then you ask the basin a question. Me, I want to know if my wife will soon recover from the nasty cold she's got. All I need to do is place the leaf in the exact center of the basin, very, very gently, so that it rests upon the surface of the water. Now I simply watch and wait. If the leaf drifts to the left, she will soon recover. If it drifts to the right, she will not. Oh, I'm in luck, see? She'll be back on her feet in no time. Go on, give it a try. That's right, a nice dry one. Perfect.
I held the leaf and tried to think of a question I needed to know the answer to. It didn't take me very long. I wanted to know about Hiro and me. Would we be able to keep his superiors from finding out about us? Would we be able to overcome all the obstacles and stay together, no matter what? I took a deep breath and laid the leaf upon the water.
50 years I've been coming to this shrine. Never once seen a leaf sink straight down like that, almost like the basin. Didn't want to answer our question. But that's crazy talk. It's just a bowl of water after all. Right. You better be on your way now. Weather's unpredictable this time of year. And so I headed home, suddenly afraid that the only thing I could say for sure about the future was that the days would be getting shorter, and that a great many long cold nights lay ahead. Miki Falls by Mark Creeley, Book 3, Autumn. Early in September, Hiro had to leave Fukuyama to meet with the Council of Deliverer Elders. He returned with troubling news. We need to be more careful, Miki. Rika hasn't carried through with her threat to turn me in, but she's evidently said things about me that have raised eyebrows among my superiors. What do you think she told them? I have no idea, but a sympathetic elder advised me to watch my step in the coming weeks and months, to avoid even the appearance of wrongdoing. I think he was trying to tell me that I'm being watched, so you can't afford to be caught with me in public anymore. It won't be for long, Miki. We can still be together, just secretly, in places we are unlikely to be seen. This is ridiculous. I thought deliverers were supposed to preserve love, not treat it as a criminal offense. I agree with you, really I do. But if this blows wide open, the elders will come after me, I guarantee. They'll separate us, they'll ship me off to the other side of the country, and they'll see to it that you never get anywhere near me again. So what do we do? Well, if we are going to be criminals, then we'll just have to get better at pulling off the crimes. And so it was that we came to think and act like fugitives, meeting at odd times and in out-of-the-way places, stealing an hour here, a few minutes there, all the while fearing that this might be the day we get caught, the day we get turned in and turned away from each other forever. We eventually found a meeting place that seemed as safe as any we'd ever get, a patch of rooftop above an abandoned water warehouse on the outskirts of Fukuyama. One warm September evening, we sat there together and talked for hours and hours, and I managed to get Hiro to discuss a subject that he generally avoided: the categories deliverers used for classifying human beings. So let me get this straight. There are only four types of human beings when it comes to love: sustainers, wanderers, selfers, and never finds. That's right. Sustainers are the only ones able to keep love alive for a lifetime. Wanderers fall in love a lot, but can never make it last. And selfers think they are in love with someone, but really only love themselves. It's a little more complicated than that, but you've got the idea. The hardest ones to explain are the never finds. You see them all over. People who through no fault of their own never manage to find lasting love. Wanderers and selfers are lucky, really. They can transform themselves into sustainers given enough time and effort, but never finds have no such hope of salvation. They are cursed to experience love just once, to feel it as fully and as deeply as anyone, but then, after months or even just weeks, to see it snatched away from them for the rest of their lives. So, which category am I in? You? Well, the answer to your question is right in front of you. Me. Would you and I have made it this far if you were anything other than a sustainer? I guess not. No, look, Miki, what you and I have is something that goes way beyond categories and labels. I don't think of you that way anymore. I couldn't even if I tried. Look at you two. It must be really wonderful, this fantasy world you're living in, where you can do whatever you feel like and pretend that you'll never have to face the consequences. Okay, Rika, I wouldn't deny anything. I've crossed the line. I'm way on the other side of it now. And you know what? Now that I'm over here, I've come to understand with the certainty I can't explain that this is where I belong. So what happens now? What happens now?
What happens now if you have even a shred of dignity left? Is you are going to describe the plan of action you've come up with, the one in which you end once and for all this sad little chapter in your life, and prove to me and your superiors that you still know right from wrong. Rika, listen to me. What if it's not as simple as that? What if this thing you've always believed to be wrong, once you go and do it, feels right? What if it feels so incredibly and undeniably right that everything else feels wrong by comparison? It feels right. It feels right. Hiro, listen to me. Listen to yourself. It's like you're losing your mind. You have got to stop this. Or what? You're going to rat on me? I don't want to, Hiro. I'm trying to save you. Save you from wrecking your life for nothing. Excuse me, but I am not nothing. I am someone. Hang on, Miki. I've got this under control. No, Hiro. She'll hold this over our heads for the rest of our lives. Someone's got to stand up to her. Miki, now you listen to me, Rika. You've been pushing me around for a long time now, but that doesn't mean I can't push back. Hiro and I have gone through way too much together to roll over just because you come here making the same old threats. You want to report us? Go ahead. You can tell every deliverer on earth for all I care. If the elders want to separate Hiro and me, they have to come right on over here and do it with their bare hands. So unless you have something meaningful to say, I suggest you leave now. I've gone through a lot with Hiro too, you know, and I know him well enough to say that this matter is far from settled. Isn't that right, Hiro? I don't hear you encouraging me to go to the elders, because, let's face it, you don't want that. What you want is a clean state, a chance to start over again without anyone finding out what you've done. Well, guess what? That's exactly what I'm offering you, provided you end this thing right here, right now. This is not about me, Hiro, and it's not about her either. It's about you. It's about you doing what you know in your heart to be right. What you've done secretly wanting to do ever since she started leading you astray. Do the right thing, Hiro. I won't come to you like this again. This is your last chance. Miki, what Rika just said makes a lot of sense. I've got to do what's right, not just what feels right, but what I know deep inside to be right, and that means I've got to stay with you no matter what, because any way I look at it, you're the only right thing that I know in this world anymore. No, Hiro, no. You can't do this. You can't. I won't let you. I've made my decision, Rika. Now it's time for you to make yours. And if ratting out a friend is your idea of right, then do what you have to do. How's that for doing what I have to do? Rika, they will separate you two, Miki. That's not a threat, it's a fact. A fact. Do you hear me? Let go of me. That was it. Reka was gone. But the thrill of having defied her was short-lived. By the time Hiro and I came down from the rooftop, he had given way to a deep sense of dread as we began to contemplate the forces that were closing in around us. I don't know exactly how to tell you this, but there's really only one option left now.